Hi, Lorenzo.
Hi.
It's so nice to have you. You're a guest in my house. We haven't seen for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months or so. You have been in Brazil on Sexsibility,
Yeah.
and you are ready to create Sexsibility or to host Sexsibility in Ängsbacka now in 2024. So, anything you would like to say about Sexsibility, what's coming up, and what was in Brazil, and how do you feel of the next festival?
Um, well, I think it's nice to have these both festivals and to see how they could enrich each other. So I got more experience, I got more inspiration, I got more connection with people when I'm in Brazil, and some of them will actually come to Sweden also, and they come and then we have this in Sweden, and also my Brazilian team are in Sweden and they learn and they see, and then we bring that from Sweden into Brazil. So it's really like um, beneficial for the both festival in a beautiful way.
Mm. So I've never been organizing a festival, but I've been on so many festivals in the last 10, 15 years. What's the biggest challenge for you as a festival director uh, doing this work?
For me, is my personal internal struggles of feeling um, to trust my gut feeling, to trust that it will work, and to go through my sometimes fears and resistance and self-judgment and these kind of things. That I think my internal process is the hardest one, and I've been doing this for 15 years, but it's still challenging to do it.
What I personally love the most about Sexsibility is because I'm this consent geek,
Yeah.
and I love as well the fact that I'm coming again and again and introduced into consent. But I've heard you today in our conversations saying one little quote about consent. What I really love about the festival, because it makes it really safe. But sometimes, if there is too much consent, does it kills the flow? Can you
Yes.
say a few words about that?
Well, yeah, I think that when people like know about consent and think about consent, they think that is something you need to check with the other person every time and like constantly, and that kills the flow and the fun. It should just be there and see what happens, and one thing is, you know, leads to something else. And um, yeah, but as I see it, it could actually be the opposite many times. And when you feel that you have, if you don't have consent, if you don't like really have talk with someone about what your intention is, you will have this like hidden agenda, and it's like it's very common that people, for instance, say, do you want to have a massage? Do you want to receive a massage? And when they actually mean, I want to touch your body, that's what they actually want to do. And if that is the case, then they start with the massage and they have like the hidden agenda of like, can I touch the body in this way? Is the person ready for the next step? And what happens if I'm touching in this way that they don't like, or like if I'm going too fast or whatever? So you have this mind stuff going on, you have the fear going on, you have this hidden agenda that you are on a mission somehow, which the other person will feel like you are on a mission to get something, where you actually have said that you will give something, you are there to get something from them, and you can feel that in the body. And so that creates a lot of fear and dishonesty, and not like yeah, you're not owning your desires, and you are not transparent, and you are very much up in your head. uh, so, but with consent, when you ask, like, hey, I really like your body, can I touch you in this way? And the person say, like, yes, or yes, you can touch in this way, but not in this way. But you come to the consent part of it. Then you can just take all this mental stuff, all your hidden agenda, all your dishonesty, all your, like, I don't know, like this, like patterns, destructive pattern. Yeah, you can just take all of this and just throw it out the window. And then you could instead dive into what actually happens in this present moment. You could actually allow yourself to feel, and you can actually allow yourself to really enjoy the other person's body, because they have said yes for you to do that. So you don't need to be sneaky about it or hide it. You can actually, like, whoa, I really love this, and you could dive into that experience. For me, that is getting into the flow. That is to embody it. That is to enjoying the moment. And for me, that is way more sexier and way more juicy than just being up in your head and being scared.
You know, I know that's probably your 18th festival that you are organizing.
Yeah, together with the Brazilian, yes.
Something like that. And I have been, I think, on maybe 8 or something like that, or 10. I can't really.
I think more, yeah. But
more.
like,
So Sexsibility is one of, not even one, is the festival that I love the most. And because it's the safest festival I ever have been on all festivals, and it's the juiciest one at the same time. And it's sex positive, it's non-binary, it's open for all, and it's just fantastic. And I've heard you saying today that you got an email from a woman, 30 years, single, and asking you, is it actually safe to come? And as we both know as facilitator, safety is relative. But my question to you is, and I have seen it, that this festival is safe, but what is the structure that people who listen to that know? What is happening in the festival that makes the festival safe? What is the frame, the container that people can come? And there are 70%, I remember you saying, people coming new. What is it that makes it safe for 70% of new people who come to the festival?
yes, it has been the years lately have been a lot of new people coming. Yes, still there is people coming back to the festival, but yeah, what I would like to say to them is that I understand that people will hesitate to sign up or buy a ticket to, like you said, the Sex Positive Festival, and maybe just like think of what could go on there. People will be like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And I know that because I've been there also. I've been, like, when I doing my first, like, sex positive event or workshops, I was super scared. I was super feel not safe, and I feel like I was lacking tools for communicating my limits and boundaries, and how to ask for what I want and all these kind of things. And but that has also been a very good thing, because I have that experience, and over the year I'm trying to, like, picture, like, what would I like to be in this kind of event when I started, like, 20 years ago, to go to this kind of event. Like, what what would that person need, and then I have like during the years trying to create that in different ways. So the consent part is a big part of that, the journey I have done with the consent work. But also we have like make sure we have the sharing groups, we have workshop leaders that also understand how to facilitate and have the consent part. And we have emotional support team. This year we will have something that we will call the heart fluffers that will help you to connect with your heart and practice self-care, and we remind people of connecting with themselves, feeling to what they want, only ask for what they want, and only give what they are willing to give, and remind them that you always can change their mind. So trying to create like an atmosphere where you could feel safe, included, respected, and empowered. And and I'm using my little scared Lorenzo and connected with him, and then see like how could I create a way that this scared Lorenzo will feel more like safe and so on. And yes, I think the feedback I many times get is that people are surprised that this festival that they think maybe is like just like wild and crazy, and sometimes yes we are wild and crazy, but it's also like kind of relaxed atmosphere, and people feel surprised that they feel really relaxed and having a sense of feeling safe. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, you know, the sex positive thing, and this is my experience as well. That's very relaxed. Specifically, sex positive, the elephant in the room is mentioned. You know, people
Yeah.
know it's about sexuality and conscious sexuality, and there is just like no pushing or no forcing, and nobody's pressing anything on anybody. What I really like. Another thing is that it happens in this beautiful place, Engspaka. This is just like part of the eco village community around the world. So there are many people from all over the world coming in.
Yeah.
Even though Sexsibility is a very intimate and small festival. And what I love so specially about that is not like there are thousands and thousands of people. So the number of people is pretty overseeable. And as far as I know, there are about 20 spots left to fill. So you're pretty nearly sold out. So what's the situation? Who can jump in? What's the point?
Actually, right now we have paused the registration for single men. It's still open for couples, women, non-binary people, like basically people that not identify themselves as men, like single men. But I think we have about like 30, 40 tickets left, something like that. And we might open the registration for men also when we feel like the gender balance is a little bit more equal. We welcome, men, women, and non-binary people, and people that identify themselves as something else or a mix of it or whatever. But we also want to not like having like one group being too dominant. So we're trying to have a good mix there. And but it's still some tickets left.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is what I love about Sexsibility, the conscious part of this is a certain amount of group and we don't go over. It's not like we just want to, it's not a ticket selling event on any cost. It's just like this is the amount of people that we want to have to make it kind of safe and in a kind of functional container. And I love that this is really being held over all these years again and again.
Yes, I think that we have grown. Like the first festival, I don't know, it was like 100-ish something, And last year at site with all the volunteers and everybody, we were like 570, I think, something like that. And maybe we have room for like 600 or something. But the important thing is that we are growing like a little bit at a time. So I think that maybe this size is a good number, not getting like too much bigger than that. If that will happen, we need to make sure that the team and the workshop spaces and everything is working, so we can like take care of the people that coming. So that's an important thing. But we Sexsibility have grown a little bit, like every year, a little bit, yeah. So yeah.
So the nice thing is that it's a little bit for everybody to come to that festival. As you said, there is non-binary people, there are homosexual people, there are heterosexual people, there are maybe asexual people. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's like
actually that too.
so it's a little bit everything for everybody. It's just like I know that there is the evening, the temple space, we call it, or
The playroom, yeah.
the playroom, and then there is different cuddle spaces. There is a place where people can have sex, and I like the workshops and the workshop leader themes, and this is just so versatile for so many different directions. Then what I really love about that is as well, people can either stay on the camping site. They can come with a camper van if they have. They can stay on site in a dorm or in a room, or off site they can rent their own house. So this is amazing food, is an amazing outside space. So it's just I'm really excited about that festival. And so to bring that to a completion, or to close our little interview, is there anything that you would like to say final for people who are coming, and people who plan to come, and people who want to come?
Yeah, I think that you pointing out that we are trying to make this like include a lot of people in this, and the main thing is that even though we are connecting with other people, and we're having these workshops and we're doing exercises and so on, it's mainly like your individual journey, and you will learn how to know yourself better, and you will have a lot of tools that you can bring. So it will not just be a nice experience during the festival, but something that you can bring from the festival into your life. To create a better life. That's what I'm feel, passionate about. Is the teaching part of it, and that is something it's more like your individual journey, and you could choose and you can design and which workshop you do, and not being on a workshop but hanging out with people in the cafe or whatever. So you design your own little festival from this smörgåsbord, and you can then, create your own festival experience in that sense. So yeah, it's for couples, singles, and thruples or whatever, and different sexual orientation and so on. I think there will be you could find things that you can learn about yourself and other people.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything as far as I remember. It's always some BDSM, is always some Tantra, is all some different sex positive or not sexual at all, just about meditation, or just like massages and touch that doesn't need to be sexual. I'm so excited about the festival. It starts in August the 6th.
Yeah.
It's 6 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if you're sitting on the fence and want to come get one of the remaining 30 tickets, I will be there facilitating about consent. Consent is sexy and the orgasmic blueprint, and I'm so excited to be there. And thanks for jumping into that interview and talking to our guests. See you there.
See you there.